It's your man Losto, Diblidosco, El Fresco, Chowchovsko from Cozy Losto. Bumping in once again. This is a new thing I'm doing called 241. And what the 241 is on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/mclosty. I jump on there and I ask you guys to ask me some questions. Now, everybody that asks me a question, I then put their name into a freestyle at the end. So, just to kick things off, I'm gonna get into the questions real quick, and then we'll get into the freestyles. Okay, Kate Parnell asks, how many gallons did you drink? Now, I asked Kate Parnell what the fuck that even means. What are you insinuating? She said it's from a movie. I don't know what movie it's from, so I'm gonna say 576,229 gallons, mate, if that makes any sense. I hope I've helped with your question. Next up is Mike, yeah, it looks like Mike Stewart. So Mike asks, what are your ambitions outside of hip hop? Where do you see yourself in 20 years? I did acting before I did music, so I didn't study music at school or out of school, and I didn't study marketing at school or out of school, and that's what I do with myself now. I actually studied acting, and I did a Nike commercial, I did a Budweiser commercial, and I did a commercial for Wrigley's chewing gum not so long ago. But other than that, it's been a big void in my life, and I would love to get back to it. My other things I want to do is I want to set up a few different charities and help out different people in the world. I do some charity work at the moment, and I don't talk about it because I don't want any props for it. So let's just say I'd like to expand on that thing and just grow it. That'd be great. Lauren Elizabeth, what's your favorite track of all time? The one song you love over all music in the world. Well, I love so many songs, but I'd say to give you more of an answer, the song I want played at my funeral is called "All My Friends" by Atmosphere. Check it out. It's just sums up my life being a creative person, and the kind of mentality and thinking that goes behind being like a creative. I think it sums it up so well. So I love that song. Ray Ferguson says, "What's the best time to call you, bro?" Ray, anytime you want, brother. You're more than welcome. You got my number. Go hard. Riley Day asks, Terminator versus Aliens versus Predator. You have to pick to be one in this battle. Who would you choose to be? The Terminator. Are you idiot? I would have an Uzi 9mm, knives and stabbing weapons, and perhaps a phase plasma rifle with the 40-watt range, and maybe the minigun. Oh, and the rocket launcher. But definitely I'd be a Terminator just to be Arnold. And second choice would be to be a Predator. And I would never want to be an alien because they're fucking disgusting. Ricky Sutherland asks, do you float when you meditate? And what's your favorite Big L track? I do float when I meditate mentally. I've been meditating for probably about 6 or 7 months now, and it's changed my life. I haven't got anxiety or depression, no big bouts of it at all, no even anger issues, nothing. It's definitely changed me. So I'm floating internally for sure, levitating internally. My favorite Big L track, he asks also, I cannot for the life of me think about what it's called. It's the one that's like a story and the guy gets set up and he goes to an apartment. To be really honest, Big L, I love Big L, but I listened to a lot of Big L when I was young with Forte. That was like Forte introduced me to Big L, and that was something we used to listen to together and bump in the car. And I should really revisit some Big L, but that was the one that stood out to me. There was a couple other ones, but yeah. Cody Reynolds asks, would you make another song with Cursor? 100% I'd make a fucking album with Cursor if he had the time and wanted to do it. I would, he's one of the biggest, if not biggest, artists in Australia. He's one of the best. He's one of the most influential. And I have got a song with him. Song hasn't come out yet. It's called Ain't No Love. Features Cursor and Forte. And it's going to be on my album. Dropping in a couple of months. And so a lot of people ask, because I've played bits of it live, and me and Ford have done it live, and people ask why is it taking so long to come out, and I'll give you the scoop. So there's two reasons. Number one reason is when I went solo and made the last Legacy EP at the end of 2015 or 14, was it 14? 15? I got 14. It was the end of 2014. I've been in bands for 10 years, and it was my first time doing something solo for a long time. I got in the whole 10 years I was in those bands, I was frontman, and I'd only done 3 mixtapes and 1 album in all that time. The rest of the time I was just being a frontman. So when I went solo again, I really wanted to, I wanted to stand on my own 2 feet. I love my friends. I respect them so much, like Curse and Forte and, Redback and say Raids and Defiant and JUF. All these guys I would consider them mates. But, guys like Fort and Curse have such a bigger profile than me. And so if my last EP charted, I wanted it to be because I made it chart, not because I kind of leached off my friends or, I got like a handicap or something like that. So I needed to prove that to myself more than anything. So it was kind of weird having such a track that could catapult my career much faster and having to hold on to it because I needed to prove something to myself first. The second reason is that the track is really, really aggressive. So it's not usual track that you hear me on. It's like Losty circa 2006 mixtapes. It's very aggressive. Curse brings the bars, Fort brings the bars, I bring the bars, but it's very aggressive content. My last EP was real inspirational, and it was very personal, introspective as well. So the content didn't match. You had this real aggressive song, and then you had a couple of songs that were all kind of uplifting. It's kind of like if you had to give it your musical context, like 5 Macklemore sounding songs, and then you had 1 kind of NWA song. They're all still hip hop, but they kind of don't. If you had them on the same project, they kind of, if one of them feels weird. So I had 2 really good reasons to hold on to the track. You're gonna hear it soon. It really does suit on my album a lot better because there's other aggressive tracks on there, and it complements them, and the track's fucking awesome. Adam Panda asks, when is the album coming out? It's coming out in the next couple of months. So probably 1 or 2 more videos, which are singles from the album, and then we're good to go. Derek Williams asks, do you miss home and Wonderland? Now, I miss Wonderland, of course. Wonderland's gone, so you don't appreciate something until it's gone. I'm very privileged that I got to work there. I got to do lots of festivals and stuff there. I got to rock the mic there. Thousands of people. Dream come true. If you had told me that when I was just a kid going there, one day I'd be doing that there, I'd be like, no way. So that's pretty cool. Home nightclub means a lot to me for a lot of different reasons. So one of the first jobs I ever had was I was a promo dude giving out flyers, and it was for Home Nightclub. And if you know anything about what I do now, which is Premier Posters, which is a promotional business that I own and run, that was the first place that I got to do that kind of stuff. So the other thing about Home Nightclub is it's the first place that gave me a residency as an MC to the point where I could quit the day job that I didn't really even have, and I could do music full time. So that place has made 2 big things in my life happen. It's also the place where I've got loads and loads of memories. I made loads of friends, like some friendships for life. So I get to go there still as a DJ. I DJ there, most Friday nights. I'm not there as an MC at the moment. I was an MC there every week for 8 years. So I did the longest residency as an MC the club has ever seen. And I'm very, very proud of it. And I love everybody there. But I'm still there, man, but just not in the way you think. But amazing place. Joshua Stephen Scully asks, will you be doing regional tours anytime soon in Rocky, Queensland? I have never been to Rockhampton or Mackay. I've been to Cairns, I've been to Gold Coast, Brisbane, I've been to Townsville a bunch of times. I've never been to Rocky, and I would love to get there. Let's make it happen. Is there a venue there that we can we can play like a small one to start out and just, knock down the door. I'm open to suggestion, man. Bring it on. Denise asks, what does penis taste like? Now, I'm sure this is a rhetorical question, mate, because you already know the answer. Hey? Andrea asks, what rhymes with Andrea? I'd say, you could say Andrea, the ill rhyme sprayer, sometimes sayer, never delayer. Go to Oxford Street, yeah, there's nobody gayer. It depends what you're into. So, Andrea, there's a couple for you. Carlos Gomez asks, how do you know Rexy? So Rexy, I met years ago. He came down to Sydney. He was running a club in Penrith called The Block. And I was doing a bunch of clubs at the time, like rapping, and Rexy tried to poach me from all my gigs, and he was like, you come work for me Friday, Saturday, and I was like, bro, I can't do that. But I ended up working with him anyway, and just, doing spots there. And we became good friends. Like, Rexy's like one of the hardest working people I know, so he's a legend. He's the king of the fucking coast. I call him Central Coast, like he does lots of stuff up there. He's booked me for loads of gigs. Love you, Rexy. You're a fucking legend, mate. Thanks for all the support in my career. I'm really, really grateful, brother. Bianca Marcia Rhodes, would you like Funko to make a pop vinyl out of you? I would like Funko to make that 1,000 Funko%. Now, I don't know if you're connected to these people or you're just saying that, throwing it out there. But if anyone from Funko is around and they want to make a Losty pop vinyl, I'm down. I would love that. So I only own 2 pop vinyls in the whole world. I own a Jon Snow and I own a Wolverine. So they're my 2. I have specifically stayed away from them because I know that I would probably get addicted, because my friend Big Red Cap is definitely addicted, and I always look at him and go, oh. But the Wolverine I got as a gift, and the Jon Snow I got when I bought a box set of Game of Thrones. So because I still buy Blu-rays, especially not heaps, but the ones that I really like. This one's still wrapped up. It's ready to go. So I buy the Game of Thrones because I love Game of Thrones, and the show's done so well that I want to be able to watch it in high quality anytime I want. So that's how I got the other Jon Snow one. That's just a little side fact. Heath Walker asks, are you a clone? Losty hasn't aged in 15 years. Now, mate, there's a bit of aging there. I'll tell you what. Look, you'd be surprised how often I get asked some aging question. This is what my skin looks like. There's wrinkles, I'm a 30-something, so I'm a dad, Look, I'll put it down to this. I've stopped smoking more than 12, 15 years ago. I smoked from very young, and then I stopped. I did about 6 years of smoking and I stopped. So that's number 1. Number 2 is I drink 3 litres of water a day. So my skin's naturally hydrated. All organs, everything works a lot better. Your kidneys, your liver. I drink alcohol in moderation. So I'm human. I'm like you. I like a drink, but, not too much. Don't go in the sun too much, and in the morning I take an obscene amount of vitamins. So I make a shake with like maca, spirulina, all kinds of crazy shit in there. I put it on I can take a photo of it if you really care. I take a bunch of vitamins as well, and turmeric, ginger, all this shit every day. So you got to think about pollution, you got to think about your diet, you got to think about the sun. And I try not to go in the sun too much. And those things will definitely age you. And if you counter all those things, then the aging process definitely slows down. So I honestly think that I look younger than when I was smoking and drinking a lot. Like, I look at photos from that time and I look older then, and that was a while ago now. So it just goes to show, if you cut some of that fucking shit out and look after yourself, stop aging like me and have a plastic head. So look, it's still all right. I don't know. What do you reckon? Maybe I'm a clone. Maybe there's a clone in there. Who knows? James Hall, number one sharer. Well, that's not a question, mate. That's a fact. It's a fact. You are the number one sharer, mate. Fuck, let's get you a trophy. Let's fucking name a street after you, mate. All right, let's do something because you're fucking put in the work, son. Jack Robb says, do you just want to be a millionaire? Probably shooting myself in the foot half my life because I don't really, like, money's never been my motivator. I believe in money to the point where you got to have money to maintain. So even with music, you got to make some money out of music because you want to keep making music. So to make videos, to buy beats, to pay for a studio, to fucking boost a post on Facebook because that's what you need to do now. Like all these things you need to have money. So you got to run it like a business. I don't necessarily want to do music to be multi-millionaire. Would I like to be a millionaire? 100%. Why? So I can look after my family. Number one. Number two, so I wouldn't have to stress about money because everyone stresses about money. Like it's the way our world works. So number three, I would like to be a millionaire because then I could be a full-blown philanthropist. And what that would mean is the different things that I like to support, which I don't like to talk about, I could take them to the next level. And that would be great. And that would be the only motivation. So it would be nice if it happens. I entered lotto today, so if it happens, I'll let you know tomorrow. Wouldn't it be funny if I put this video out tonight and tomorrow I said I won lotto? Ooh, that'd be funny. Let's get on with it. Genevieve Halliday, how spiritual are you? So I was raised Catholic, and I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. I wouldn't say I don't go to church. I go to church at Christmas and stuff with my fam and Easter. But as I've gotten older and wiser, I respect all religions. I've researched other religions as much as I can. I'm going to keep doing it all my life. I respect Buddhists, Hindus, Judaism, Muslims, Christians. I think that everybody can get something good out of their religion. I think that religion does a lot of bad things as well. Makes people fucking stupid. Makes people fucking crazy. People take it out of context. People use it to manipulate people. That's what's kind of turned me off choosing one religion. But I'd rather respect all religions. So I love to talk to different people in different religions and ask them about, I love a Hindu person to tell me about Sai Baba and, how cool he is and what he's all about, and love Muslims to tell me, what it means for them to be fasting and, why they do it. Why Christians, what they get out of prayer and the way they pray. And, my thing is meditation. I'm spiritually in contact with my higher self, with the universe, and what I explain as my guides in life, these guiding spirits that I believe in, that I think once you tap into their frequency, take you to where you need to be, or they're always there, kind of. You just have to listen. I was definitely the guy that said, as if you fucking meditate, mate. And I was a big skeptic of it. I always enjoyed my brain being noisy. But I got to say, since I've been meditating, I've had no bouts of depression, no anxiety, no panic attacks, and aggression as well. So I handle all those things really, really well now. If I feel those things coming on, I sit down and I meditate and I get it done. I try to meditate once a day, about 20 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes if I feel like I need to. I like to do affirmations as well. So what affirmations is you write down something like 15 times in a row. Say, I want to be the best fucking rapper in the world, or whatever you want to do. I want to be the best car tire salesman, whatever you want to do. You write it 15 times every day. And because it's all about, at the end of the day, it's about how you talk to yourself in your head and what you believe in your head, and that manifests into what your reality is. So I got a couple of good mates that share these kind of perspectives with me. dudes that like that kind of spirituality as well. And my thing is like, I think all religions are trying to tell a very similar story, but I don't think anyone's really got it right. I think there's different accounts, you know. So I just respect how everyone chooses to worship whatever they want to worship in their own way. You know, I got mine. Mine's meditation. I believe in the universe. I believe in connectivity. I believe in synchronicity. I believe when you're doing the right things in life, you get signs. Now, what I mean by that is, when a sign comes to you in life, it's like blatant. Like it's synchronicity, and it's there, and it's no coincidence. What I don't believe in is reaching for signs. You know, going, oh, so you know, I saw a red car, so that means that I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be red-faced when I win my $1 million, and oh, that's a sign. And I saw a number 4, and I parked my car in front of the house, and it was 44 4th Avenue, and that's just like, if you have to put the pieces together and reach for it, it's not really a sign. If when you get a sign in life from synchronicity, it smacks you in the face, and you're like, ah, I see. Like, it's the universe tells you subtle things, and I believe it's like a frequency. I always explain it this way. So, if you wanted to listen to hip hop music, you wouldn't turn on to the opera channel, and then if you turn on the opera channel, you wouldn't get what you wanted, right? And you wouldn't sit there and go, fuck, when are they going to play some hip-hop? This is bullshit. And you wouldn't ring up the station and complain, because you know why? That's the frequency they pump out is opera, and you got to respect that. So if you want to get into your frequency, you got to dial in with this. So that's what it's all about. Sorry, long answer. Jessie Louise asks, are you and your girl going to have more kiddies? Going back to one of the other questions, if I was a millionaire, I'd have like 1 million kids. We're going to have some more, I'd say. We're going to probably, when we get into our new place, it could be, you know, this year, next year. But, you know, they're coming. They're coming. I love being a dad, man. I know for some rappers, and especially like old-minded, fucking dumb people, they were like, they think that, you know, I either think that you shouldn't talk about your family, or that you're a has-been if you've got a family, or if you're old if you're a dad. Man, lots of young dads out there, and dads, other dudes out there that are dads, and you're a young dad, you should be proud of being a dad, man. Like, fucking, you made a creation, you made a life, you made another human being. Be as proud as you want to be. We need more dads to be proud of each other, and to big each other up and say, you know what, man, it's good being a dad. You can still be a cool fucking, you can still be a motherfucking G if you're a dad's son. You can still have lots of fun, and you know, like, there's nothing bad about it. So I'm very proud of my wife. She's a mad wife, and she's a mad mother. I'm very proud of my son. He's the best, and he's super cute, and I love him so much. And I love my parents, and I'm not afraid to say it. I don't have to be a fucking hardcore rapper. We've got enough of them. Alright. So, it's come for that time of the night for me to say goodbye. I just want to thank you for all your questions, and I'm out. Peace. Ah, gotcha. We're gonna have a fucking freestyle, son. Alright. Many things so funny I could tell, like this weird ass question from the girl Kate Parnell. She asked, how many gallons did she drink? I don't really know, man. I really had to think. 972,325,206 is what I think she drank. But I'll just keep the rhyme flowing. I got it in the mix like this. Mick Stewart asked my ambitions in hip hop. I want to be a philanthropist, and you know, I answer this, and the shit don't stop. There's something bigger than yourself, bigger than wealth. I want to do that shit with the knowledge of self. Yeah, Lauren Elizabeth, one of my greatest fans. She was a girl that contacted me and said, I got 2 tickets to Arnie to put in your hand. And 2 tickets, and 2 means the second time that I couldn't see Arnie in the flesh. That's not a coincidence, that's the universe talking to me. Yes, I'll meet Arnie one day, nevertheless. And Lauren Elizabeth, just to know you, I'm blessed. Bah! Alright. Ray Ferguson, he wants to make the hotline bling. Hey, yo, Ray Ferguson, you call me for anything. I met Ray Ferguson from a synchronistic thing. He was working the tolls. I rang him up because my beeper was out of control. He said, man, I got your problem solved. Yeah, we still recording because my low battery power came up on the screen. You know what I mean? It remains to be seen. I thought it was all a dream and had to hit the record again. Nah, man, better watch out for your styles. I'm slaughtering them. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. My brother Riley Day said for one day you could be displayed as a Terminator, alien, or predator. I chop him up like the editor. This is what I said to ya. I want to be Arnold with the Uzi 9mm. That's right, no one could compete. Stupid alien, grab him by the face, rip his stupid little throat out and beat him. Yes, you don't want to meet him. It's Arnold, Terminator T-100, knives and stabbing weapons. Yeah, I've got them by the dozen. Ricky Sutherland. Okay. Ricky Sutherland wanted me to set it straight. Do I levitate when I meditate? Yeah, mate. It's my levitation and meditation is my fucking medication for my sore head. And yeah, man, the punch of the wall is no more than... No, fuck that one up. Keep it flowing, keep it going. All right. Coney Reynolds asked me about the curse. Will I get with the curse and ever bust another verse? Of course. And if I could do it all in reverse, I'd record a whole album with him. Yeah, man, we do it all together. Better watch out. Yeah, we're ripping this forever. It's ABK, and shout out to the boys, because those boys here paved the way and made noise. Yeah, Adam Panda, when the album's coming out, it's going to be about 2 more months and some videos, no doubt. I know everybody been waiting, anticipating. I'll be meditating and levitating. Yeah, instigating. The anticipators, what they call me, the infiltrator. Better watch out, it's the rhyme devastator. Derek Williams asked me about Wonderland. That's right, man. You my brother, man. You understand about Hanna-Barbera Land, about the Beastie, about all the roller coasters. That's right, man. I never fucking coast, bruh. I gotta keep it moving. You know why? You see me and you see a motherfucking O to the G. Get it? O and G. Alright, Danus asked me what penis tastes like. Hey, yo, I don't really know, but I hold this shit, and that's the only time I do that is when I'm holding the mic. So you can say anything about penises you like. I know you mean this, and you're probably from Venus, and yeah, your girl didn't pass the clean test. Oh, nah, joking. Andrea asked me what rhymes with Andrea's. Yeah, the ill rhyme spayer. You better watch out when I say yeah. Big shout outs to everybody on Oxford Streets who is gayer. That's right, man. You gotta be pro-choice, pro-voice. Everybody out there, you know, they should rejoice. I don't care what denomination you're from. If you like men, women, aliens, or just want to wear your thong, do your shit. It's where you belong. You are accepted. Never be rejected or projected or selected or something else. All right. Carlos Gomez. I knew a man named Carlos in Ibiza. He said, "Hello, sto, it's nice to fucking meet you. I heard you speak the great freestyle." I said, "Carlos, let's go to fucking Cafe Del Mar and speak for a while." Big shout outs to the homie Carlos, repping the avatar for the man Corey. R.I.P. Corey's story never ends, always glory. All right. You wonder about my freestyle skill? Well, Bianca wonders if I'm gonna make a pop vinyl. I can make the vinyl pop, put my needle on the record and the shit don't stop. I can scratch it. Freestyles on the mic, no one can fucking match it. Yes, it's fucking catch it. You know it's Aaron, the Red Baron. That's right, man. Ha! Big shout outs to Karen, even though there's no Karen and she didn't ask the question. I'm not a fucking yes man. I'm just keeping on guessing. All right. Ether Walker. I always thought your name was Ether Wonka. So I was like, Mr. Wonka, can I have some fucking chocolate? You know how we fucking rock it. He says I haven't aged and maybe I'm a clone. I'm never a clone, especially I don't bite no style on this microphone. Haven't even got a microphone, it's an invisible skill. You better watch out, because I'm like Ice Cube, y'all kill it at will. Ha! Yeah. Jack Rob. You better watch out, because I'll rob Jack. I'll get the fucking knife to his back and say, yeah, man, you want to be a millionaire? I'll take all your money and cut no fucking slack. Attack from the back. Lyrical attacks. Yeah, better watch out, yo. I'm cutting no slack with the nouns and verbs. I'll get you fucking Jack. I'll rob Jack. That was a bit silly. Dale Foster asked if I like cheese. I forgot about this question. Yeah, I love cheese, but I don't really eat it much anymore. Dale Foster, I forgot your question. Sorry, man, I didn't want to keep you guessing. Yes, I like cheese. I like to throw it on the sanger. But yo, man, with cheese, I'm sorry, I love you, bro, but I can't fucking hang, yeah? You know why? Because cheese, it's got cholesterol. Maybe it doesn't, but maybe it's out of control. Cheese is like the fat that they cut from the milk. It's like this really, really, really tasty, fatty silk that grows on the top, and they lop it off, and they make you some milkshakes and cheeses and other bullshit that will give you the gut and make you sneeze. Yes. James Hall, the number one sharing to you, bro. No one compares, huh? Nick Singh, where's your question? Why are you gonna keep the homies guessing? Did Nick Singh even ask a question? He's the number one fan, but you're the number one sharer. Two homies, how do you compare him? Nick Singh, where you fucking at, son? James Hall, grab the fucking bat one. Yeah, we hit him to the first base. Better watch out with the rhymes I chase. I say better watch out, that's my go-to, my filler. James Hall, you share my shit, you are a killer. Genevieve asked me about how I'm a spiritual miracle, how I like to levitate, meditate. I don't even know what metastate means. Maybe it's a metastate that I'm in right now. That's me thinking with eyes open, seeing my dreams. Genevieve asked how spiritual I am. Yo, I know God's up there and I know He's the man. I know there's a higher power greater than myself. I know there's more to my life than accumulating wealth. I know there's more to me being just to fucking see through people illusional with their ego. I know that I'm meant to connect my fans and defeat all evil. Jessie Louise, yo, I bust the last rhyme with these. She asked me if I want to have any more kids. Man, if I had $1 million, I'd have 100 kids where I live. I'd have room after room if I could provide for them. And yo, I would never fucking slide for them. I would always be there. I'd never slide out the door. I'd be a dad that's holding it down forever for more and more. Yeah. Alright. I hope that is sufficient. It's kind of weird doing this for the first time, but it's fun. So I want to thank you all. I hope you enjoyed your shout outs. I hope you enjoyed your questions answered. I hope you enjoyed your freestyle with your name in it. This is Losto. I just want to tell you guys before you go out, this is my YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting loads of stuff on here. I've neglected this channel for so long. No more sons. I'm going to be putting stuff on here. Please subscribe, like the video if you do, write a comment underneath, and watch out for more content. Remember, next show's coming up. 15th of July is at the Hudson Ballroom with the Aeonic and Option full live show. Then we got also Snow Tunes Festival, September 2nd. That's a Jindabyne full live set featuring Option, Big Red Cap, and some special guests. Also, Ilson 86 is going to be there. And big shout out to DEFCON Festival. Just got a lineup for that today. And I got another festival that I got booked for that I can't announce yet, but I'm going to announce it soon, sons. I want to say, believe in your dreams. Be positive. I know it's a fucking negative world out there. I know it's almost cool to be negative, and people like me are seen as weirdos or kind of like, oh, the cookie, the positive guy. I have my bad days, I have my good days, but being positive pays off. Just be good to one another. Believe in your dreams. Increase the peace. Peace.